Le premier souvenir de ma vie.
So I know the first memory of my life when I was. I remember I used to play outside of the kindergarten, and I remember crying. And they were trying to pick me up to go to school. I hated them. Can you see the scars?
Well, it's hard. I mean, it's a hard question, but I was shown a photograph of me at my first birthday, and there was this wonderful cake, and I was sitting in the sunshine because we lived in the country, and I suddenly had a sense memory of that moment, and I think that might be it. I remember the sunshine. I remember the colors of the cake and how appealing that was to a 1-year-old. But it's kind of a flash, you know, it's not like a full-length memory.
Premier souvenir de ma vie, j'étais dans... Ma mère était en train de me baigner dans une bassine, dans une des chambres chez moi. J'étais vraiment tout petit. Dans une bassine, tu vois, comme tu baignes un bébé, quoi. Et mon père s'est approché de moi parce qu'il était en train de faire le con. Et avec sa tête, il a cogné l'étagère qu'il y avait derrière moi, une étagère à livres, et tous les livres sont tombés dans l'eau.
So my first memory, or it's not maybe my first memory, but I know from when it was, because it was when my sister was born. So I was 2 years old, and me and my dad, we went to the hospital to visit. And my mom was there in the bed, and my sister, I don't know if she was there or not, I don't remember that. But on this little bedside table, there was a glass of, I think it was raspberry lemonade or something like that. And it was this pink, red, really, it looked so nice, the thing. And I was like, can I taste it? Can I taste it? And my mom was like, yeah, sure, have a sip. And I took the glass and I emptied the whole, what was left, and just drank the whole thing. And that's one first memory that I can place in time, at least. Another one was when I puked on my Pink Panther. Since then I'm afraid of vomiting. Pink puke, because I had gotten a birthday present from my grandparents, which was this English licorice, and they had pink on it, so when I puked that night, I puked on my Pink Panther pink vomit. And it never became itself, or the Pink Panther was destroyed because he had to go in the washing machine after that. So, yeah.
I'm really not sure that this is my earliest memory, because my memory is kind of bad. But the thing that came to mind was that me and my brother and my mom and my dad were at my grandma's house, her house before she went to the, care home, or however you say it. And we were just visiting, and they were sitting sort of in a circle in the living room. And I think there was like sort of candy on the kitchen table. And we were playing some kind of a game at some point at the salon table. And I remember sort of interacting with my grandma and stuff. I don't actually have so many memories of her, but yeah. And also Christmas. I don't know if I'm mixing, but I remember Christmas and taking one of those chocolate, how do you call it, cons? Anyway, with
some kind of
spickletious. Yeah. I was eating like 10 secretly. That's it.
Pour moi, mon premier souvenir, c'est un souvenir tout con, mais c'est au Vietnam, donc je devais avoir 2-3 ans aussi. Bien sûr, tu l'as demandé. Et je me souviens du jouet en bois que j'avais. C'était un Mickey. Et c'était une sorte de monter dessus, et c'est une sorte de cheval à bascule. Et le souvenir qui va avec, comme je jouais avec ça dans le jardin, j'allais manger aussi dans l'écuelle du chien. Voilà, c'est tout.
A memory that I had was in a dream that I was a sperm, and I was going to the egg, and then I entered the egg, and I was conscious inside the egg, and then I woke up, so I was a little bit freaked out by that. But the one memory that I know from I was about 4 years old, I was with my mum in like an ice cream shop, and there was a kid having a tantrum on the floor, and my mum was like saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be like that," you know, because he couldn't get something. He was having a big tantrum. So I was at 4 years old.
Oh wow, ha! First memory of my life. I remember when I used to hate having to go to kindergarten, and I remember crying. Like, and it's weird. Like I used to cry, like all when they would come pick me up to go to school. I hated it, but then as soon as I got there, I was so happy to be there. And it's like I'm still like that. Like when I'm home, and I have a tour coming up, why did I set up this tour? Why am I? And as soon as I get here, I love it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, there's something like that's my first memory, but I don't know why I'm weird like that, but that's what it is.
Ah yes, ça c'est la question. En fait je me rappelle parce que je me suis dit, j'arrachais de l'herbe et je me suis dit je vais me rappeler de ce truc là. Mais je me le suis volontairement posé comme premier souvenir. Donc je sais que c'est ça. Voilà. Je sais pas quel âge j'avais, mais je me revois arracher cette herbe en me disant je vais me rappeler de ce moment-là.
The first memory of my life. I don't know. I really don't know. I remember being in the back of a car with my sister. It was an old Renault, and the number plate was Box, I think. I remember us fighting in the back of that car when we were kids. I remember that car well. Yeah. That's it.
I was a child and I jumped into a swimming pool, and but I realized when I came in I didn't know how to swim, and then I just came to the top and I called my mom, but she was talking to her friends, and I remember thinking, how can she talk to her friends? I'm gonna die. And then I just sank under the water all the way to the bottom of the pool. I'm just a little baby kid, all the way to the bottom, and I hit the bottom and I realized nobody is helping me. And then I told myself right then, you have to do it yourself. It's the only way you live. So when I hit the bottom, I pushed my legs really hard, ding, and I bounced off and I came to the top. But I remember when I was at the bottom of the pool thinking, nobody else is gonna help me. I'll just die unless I help myself right now. That's my first memory. But I came to the top and it was a good lesson.